On machine inspection reporting in Cimatron 15. The goals of this project were to read back the machine measurement results, to visualize them in the Cimatron screen, and be able to report them using Cimatron standard reporting mechanism while being able to customize the report templates to customer preference. At the moment, we only support point measuring cycles. In order to be able to do that, the user must have a measuring post which outputs measuring machine commands as seen on the right, and make the machine generate measuring result files. The machine generated results files better be in a generic format as seen in the lower right. Every row is a coordinate with X, Y, Z values separated by a slash. Other specific formats will be supported as well. For example, Heidenheim, Siemens, Andronic, and Roders. The generation of the result files is different between controls. It is provider responsibility to get them output properly. The first change which was done in this regard is the new label column added to the measurement cycle dialog, where the user can give its measured points a meaningful name to replace the system default ones for better recognition later on in the process. Okay, so the machine has run the program, measured the points, and generated the result files, and now we need to import them into Cimatron. You select the procedure you want to import the results to in the process manager. Right click on it and select import measurement results from the context menu, or you can select the same command from the NC process pull down menu. Once the command has been activated, the import measurement results dialog is opened. Here you select the format of the results files that you want to import, and just below is the reference UCS according to which the measurements or the coordinates will be imported into the procedure. You have according to the NC setup UCS, according to the procedure UCS, or manual. For manual, you have a third drop down. Here you can select a UCS within those that exist in the file itself. When you click on the browse dialog, you have a browser window. You should select the file that you want and click open. In case that the job was saved while posting, a new button was added to the job manager dialog to import the results of this job. In this case, the reference UCS is locked as job UCS to make sure that the measurements are indeed important according to the proper UCS. The location of the results files is defined in the preferences. We have added a new page called import measurements, and in the drop down you have three setting options. First one is a specific folder of your choice. The second one is the same folder as the ELT, and the third option is last folder used. Okay, so the user has manually selected a procedure and a results file. The system cannot really ensure that his selection was correct. We do run two validity checks. The first one is error size. In the import measurement result dialog, there is a place to specify an error threshold value. If either of the points is farther away from the point, or the difference is bigger than the threshold value, then we get this pop-up message saying that the points in the file are out of range. The second Validity check is a number of points. The system compares between the points in the procedure and the points in the results file. If there is a mismatch, then we get another error message saying that the number of points is different. Both error messages don't really tell the user what is the problem. He can then either continue and figure out what is wrong later on after importing the measurements, or cancel the import and check the problem right away. Once the measurements are imported, a new column in the process manager shows that it is indeed imported. We have a value says yes. This indication resets only if the procedure has been suspended or recalculated. Okay, for starting the report again, you should select the procedure, right click on it and select the inspection report command from the context menu, or same command from under the NC process pull down menu. Once you activate a command, this is what is shown. First of all, we have the inspection report dialog, and the graphics shows as seen here on top. If either of the points is selected, it doesn't matter if the selection is done on the table or on the graphics, it is being highlighted in both places, and the measured face is highlighted as well in green. In the inspection report dialog, you see the same label column as in the procedures themselves, where you can see the meaningful names as well as the system default ones. For each coordinate, we have three columns. We have the nominal diameter, which was set in the Cimatron, the result file, and the deviation in that direction in X. Same goes for Y and Z. We have a status column to specify the status of the measurement results. We have these three options. The green V says that the measured result is within the tolerance. The blue X shows that it is out of tolerance, but still there is material to be removed. The red X shows that the cut is too deep. Same indication we have in the labels on the graphic screen. On the right side of the table, we have three columns. The two columns on the right show the low deviation and upper deviation. Actually, this is whatever was set in the procedure action, okay, the tolerance in the procedure. And the left column of the three shows the 3D deviations. Those dimensions that are out of tolerance are shown in red color. The label itself shows the name, either the meaningful one or the default one, plus the deviation size. D stands for deviations, and it shows whether it's positive or negative. We have an option to control the display mode. A drop down on the top right of the table. First option is to show only the labels, and arrows to show the measured point. The second option is to show only the probes which appear as small spheres. The color indicates or shows the status. Green is within tolerance, blue is out of tolerance, still material left, and red are cut too much. And the third option which shows everything, spheres and labels. And of course, we have the rightmost column in the dialog is a individual height show for every one of the measured points. The dialog itself can appear in two modes. We have this double arrow on the lower right of the dialog. If we click on it, then the dialog collapses to a compact mode, which only shows the deviation values, and you can restore the full mode by again clicking on the same double arrow button. The report generation, we have two options, 3D PDF and Excel. Once you click on either of them, you have this dialog opening. In the top drop-down, you select the template. Okay, the template, as I said at the beginning, are customizable the same way as we customize the NC report. It is working exactly the same thing under the same rules. Okay, in the other field, you define the name of your report and the destination. And eventually what you get is something like this, which at each table actually represent one procedure, all its relevant points. Currently it shows the expected results and the actual results and the deviation, but again, it can be customized to whatever you want it to look like. How does it work in Cimatron? We have here half of this blowing mold. The first toolpath, we have the motions which machine the part. In the second toolpath, we have two inspection, two OMI procedures. The first one measures the block dimension, and the second one measures the bottle geometry. If we open procedure and look in the measurement cycle table, you see here the label, the new label column, where you can put the meaningful name like the top, the back neck depth, back neck diameter, etc., etc. You simply have to click on the label and change it to whatever you want. Okay, so everything was posted, sent to the machine. The machine has run the program, measured points according to these two procedures, and the results files were created. Now we want to import the results into Cimatron. So we select a procedure, right click, and pick the import measurement command. We get this import measurement results dialog open. Here you select the format of the file you are going to import. In this case, it will be a generic format. Right here you have the error threshold value. We leave it as 1 millimeter. Reference UCS is selected here in this drop down. Default is NC setup UCS, obviously. If you measure if your measuring procedure work in a working plane mode on the machine, then you would want to import each results file according to the procedure UCS. This is when you select the procedure UCS. We also have the manual selection just in case it will be needed later on. You click on the open file and you have the browser window opened. We'll pick this result file and click open. Click OK in the dialog, and immediately I have this error message saying that there is a point which is out of range. One of the measurements has a result which is with a bigger difference or bigger deviation than the threshold value. I will select continue in this case and we'll check later on what is the problem. Okay, the system will say that 7 points were successfully imported. When you click OK, then you look here on the new column in the NC Process Manager. It says that this procedure has its results loaded. Okay, it says yes. The other one says no because we have not yet imported its results. Let's repeat here. Okay, I will select the procedure, and this time I will use the same command from under the NCC process drop-down menu. Again, the same dialog. I will go to uh, this result file in this case. Okay, and again, click OK. I get this error message that says that wrong number of points, 6 points in the procedure and 13 points in the measurement file. There's a mismatch between the import file and the procedure. If I cancel, then nothing has been imported. This still says no. Again, I will now import this file, this results file, say open and apply. 6 points were successfully imported. Okay. And here again, I have both procedures marked as yes. Now, I cannot change it to no. The only way that this changes to no is if the procedure is edited, suspended, or recalculated. Now let's generate the report. I will select both procedures this time. Right click and inspection report. Okay, as soon as I activated this, what I see is the following. First of all, I have the inspection report table. Okay, I have the inspection report table. Okay, now if I select either of the points, you will automatically see that the corresponding point is highlighted on the graphics, okay, with the green rectangle around it, okay. Here I also see that the measured face is also highlighted. Since the first point is out of tolerance, then it highlights in red. If I select a point which is okay, then the face is highlighted in green, as you see here. Okay, so here is the label column, the same names that I've given to the points in the procedure appear here. I have this status column, okay. Green V says that it's within tolerance, out of tolerance with some extra material to remove, and out of tolerance which has cut too deep. Okay, you see that the figure of the probes are colored the same way. Okay, now for every coordinate we have the nominal dimension which was set in Cimatron in the procedure, the results, these are the results which were loaded, and this is the deviation. We have the same for y and the same for x. These two columns on the right show the upper and lower deviation, actually the tolerance which was set in the procedure action, and the 3D deviation shows the actual distance between the nominal coordinate and the measured coordinate. Out of range dimensions are shown in red. This is the point which popped out the out of range error message. The threshold was 1 millimeter, and here it shows 2.5 millimeter deviation. This is the reason. We have here the option to hide or show individual measured points. Here we can define how it is seen on the graphics, only the labels and with the arrows pointing to the measured point. We can show only the probes, and we can show everything else. This button on the lower right is to collapse to the compact mode with only the deviations shown, and to restore back the full mode right here. And eventually we have the two options to generate the report itself, either 3D PDF or Excel. Let's select the Excel this time. Notice that you have here the rectangle to capture the picture, the same as we have with the ANSI report. Place the geometry within the rectangle. This would be the name of the template that you use, and here is the destination and the name of the report itself. When you click OK, it will take a few moments to generate the report itself, and eventually what you get is something like this. Okay, each table represents one procedure. Okay, again, you have the points with their names. You have here the status which said not reached, in range, not reached, or over machined. Okay, these are the nominal dimensions, these are the measured dimensions, and this is the actual deviation with the tolerances. And basically that is all. Of course, the report itself can be customized. The location of the report templates themselves is under Data NC OMI folder. Currently, we have these two demo templates. Thank you for listening.